It'll work on anything. The only stuff that my stuff don't work on is a fellow man. When I say if you mess over a fellow man, there's not a damn trick in the book you could do. You better just compensate that man and make it square with him. But any other fictional entity, they only exist to benefit man. They cannot do anything to cause any harm to man. They can't. And you just make the court that man who's wearing that black robe aware. It's like, you do know I'm a man, right? You do know that on the other side of the courtroom is a creation of man. You do understand that. And you do understand that creation of man, nowhere in the charter can harm man. It's creative. You know by what that creation of man is doing over there, making a claim that I'm in its bank and then I'm in its home or I'm in its house is ridiculous. How could I possibly be in Wells Fargo's house? Wells Fargo doesn't have arms and legs. How is Wells Fargo going to occupy that house? Wells Fargo only exists in the second dimension. I exist in the third dimension. How can the second dimension entity own a house? Do you want it to own it on paper? Great, let it own it on paper. But I'm telling you, I'm going to occupy that three-dimensional building. Because no man named Wells Fargo is ever going to come and occupy that house. No man named Wells Fargo is ever going to take that stand and say, look, I need to get back in that house and bring my wife and kids back in because I'm freezing out here. It ain't never going to happen. If it wants to exist on a piece of paper and wants to make a claim that it owns a house on that address, on that piece of paper, I don't give a rat's ass, but I'm not leaving. It's a second dimensional. It's a creation of man. It exists only on paper. Guess what? Wells Fargo goes out of business tomorrow. Guess what it's going to be called? It's going to be called Wachovia. Guess what? Wachovia is going to go out of business. Guess what? It's going to be called Greenbank. But it's never going to occupy a house. This is ridiculous. It only exists to benefit man. It can't be used to cause harm to man. So I recommend that you tell that attorney or whatever, they better back off because it's going to cause harm man if it continues what it's doing. And I'm going to make a claim that it's going to cause me harm. And I'm going to say that man who's acting as attorney, Bob over there, is actually causing me harm. He better back off because he knows and I know that Wells Fargo is a creation of man. And this is what I'm trying to get everybody to understand. The government's a centralized government. Somebody's asking me about that nonsense. Asked me about centralized government, like what Barack Obama or somebody said. I said, I couldn't possibly care less. What could I possibly care less that somebody who's just there to maintain the border and provide that stable currency, what could I possibly care less what he does? Why do I care? I said, it has absolutely nothing to do with me. It's all man on man. And everybody's forgetting that in this country, that it's all based on man on man.